Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the LSU Tigers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Touch pass on the run. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Power football with the run. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Nelson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
He leaves it with the back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on 1 time in that loss last week. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Offense set on first down. The inside handoff. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
Fires left. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
On third down, he drops to throw. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Linebackers have tough jobs, right? Their first responsibility is to stuff the run, but you can see he does a really good job seeing pass, getting back into his cover 2 drop, breaking on the football, and making the interception.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They'll go with a direct snap. The expressway is wide open. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
They make the stop at the 19 after a pickup of 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And that pass intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
On the move is the 30. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Caught in the backfield, it's Sampson. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Hand off from the shotgun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll bring it back. It's Allen. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive done.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. They're setting up the screen. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. The Cornhuskers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Simmons. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Heaves it deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Allen. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this 1st down.
And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. And, guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years. Mike Rozier, Roger Craig, I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physical. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Wide receiver shows motion. At the 35, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
I love when you run this play because it forces the defense to react. Do you want to spin a safety down? Somebody better keep contained. Very hard to defend the jet sweep. It's a very good play, especially when you got somebody with speed taking that handoff.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Nelson. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Here's the handoff. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3.
He's knocked down at the 7-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Right back to the well. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Direct snap. Tough sliding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. On 4th down, they'll run it looking for the 1st. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He'll start this drive firing. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
You know, this tight end's a weapon in the passing game. He runs good routes, normally has good hands, but didn't have them there.
2nd down after that incompletion. The play action fake. Feeling some heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stem of the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue.
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida Atlantic has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Boca Raton. They're up by 11 over Arkansas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to go up top on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. After the big 1st down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. Handoff to the single back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I know he didn't pick up the first down, but, man, he makes this 4th down way more manageable. It's tough when you got 4th in Africa. Did a great job of making this manageable and keeping the playbook open.
No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
14, Nebraska, 0.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Just enough time for one final play of the half. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Floating away. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Huskers will boot it away to start the second half. Bringing it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down. At the 35, he's loose. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And nice job by the defense. A draw is kind of a trick, get you to run upfield, but they sniffed it out, did a great job, stopped the play for no gain.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Pass to 45. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Now they'll run the draw. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On second down, looking again to throw. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
LSU, 21, Nebraska, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Wants to fire on second down. Got the quick pass. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got his man. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. You know, Jesse, they threw that to him in double coverage. And I like that sometimes because you can't let the defense just dictate what you're going to do.
No, they're going to make sure he gets his, Reese, no doubt about it. And they're going to force it over to him, hoping that he can make a play and knowing that he can. But as a defense, you got to be careful doubling him because that means somebody else is wide open.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying the left side. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Mark down at the 46-yard line. Second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw on second down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
It's such a nice play getting that sack. And I'll tell you, what makes it worse is the fact that he has this crowd noise behind him. Death Valley is so loud. Arguably the loudest stadium in the entire country. And I know that having played here before. You do not want to get behind the chains as an opposing quarterback with this crowd noise. It makes it so hard for your offensive line to hear the cadence, to know when the snap is coming out. And you know it's helping this D-line get upfield. I think you saw an example of that on that last play.
It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Dumps it off in the flats. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and you see they keep creeping the running backs out in the flat, and right there, he slips them out to the right, gets him the football quickly. But this defense, man, I'll tell you what, you talk about speed, seeing things, reacting, and going and getting them on the ground. Really nice job.
Unloads to the wide out. He makes a grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
This offense simply has to pay this off on 3rd and goal. They desperately need a touchdown. This is a designed run. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the back. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
No surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Going up top on 1st down. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Runs through a tackle. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year, we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency. And I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the 1st, and keeping this drive alive.
Last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. They go to the ground. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quickly to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
That outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. You got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. That's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run your football, but there is definitely a school of thought in nowadays where I'm putting up stats and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Third down has been right in the wheelhouse on this drive. They've already converted a couple of times, but they need the full 10 yards now. Blasted as he lets it go. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this
He'll take the deep shot. And it's his fourth interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Off the play fake on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Throws to the wideout. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of...
Picked off! Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They're trying to get to him. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And this defense is going to have its ears pinned back on third and long from the 1. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. Afterburner's coming. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Husker.
What an enormous play, the 99-yard touchdown pass. But Palmer, when you're in that end zone and you're backed up and you could take a safety, What's going through your head?
Oh, man, your clock's going off. You know you got to get the football out quick, but I'll tell you, you're also licking your chops because you know in this area of the field, you probably have one-on-one opportunities to the outside. So if you get time and you're able to make an accurate throw, you could hit pay dirt, and they just did right there, going 99 yards to the crib.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. They want that clock to run. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Getting some heat. And the blitz gets to him just like that.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. First down sack pushes it back. Now it's second down. Motion from the offense. Dialing up a second down pass play. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Slings it downfield. Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be third down.
Trying to get the receiver on a drag route and work him through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
This is a third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
That's now the second missed field goal for this guy. And you have to wonder if the weather is playing a bit of a factor. Not easy to kick in these kind of conditions with all this rain.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got his man. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. At the 45 on his way. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's second and 1. He's looking to throw. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Taking it the other way. Inside the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, LSU! That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. What a play by this defense with the pick-6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.